Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM22 Classics Puncher, episode 34. And we are in the final phase of the season. It's all classics the rest of the way, and it's mostly sprint stuff. So LeBear is the guy we're going to start by following. I'm going to drop myself back down the order, and LeBear is going to get moving. 12.5K to go. We are already well poised, and I'm not the best sprinter on this team by any stretch of the imagination, but they really like my acceleration. And while there's better guys here, I'd say about 3 of them, they're going with me. They want to get a top 3 on the stage. Here is the breakaway. We're just now bringing them back, so with 10K to go, I think we've got to go 99 full out from here till the end, as I still have, a fair few guys ahead of me here. And so let's make life difficult on the followers. LeBear doesn't have enough to really break toe or anything, but we'll see what we can do. 65 left in the peloton, so we've already dropped a fair number of riders with now 7 kilometers to go. And this extra push is going to make life difficult on teams trying to get up here. Venturini should be able to get on my wheel and help break. We've already dropped another 10 riders from the field. Another 6 riders drop now as we continue to push here towards the end. 5K to go, so let's gel up. And I've still got 2 lead out guys ahead of me. We are lapping somebody as we go around the circuit again. So they are invisible. 3.8K. Day dropping back again, trying to break toe, and we're well positioned. Now just 33 riders, 2.7K. QAnon has no red bar, but he can sprint now that we're inside that final 3K. So he's not doing much damage at us. In fact, we're recovering now with 1.8. So now Rue can actually full sprint. And we are right up front where we want to be. 1.2. And I'm at full strength here. Looking good. 78.84 is that sprint. I've got 2 contenders. It's Halverson, it's Redaloo, it's 2 proper sprinters, and myself, who is not a proper sprinter. The team objective, top 3. I look well poised for that right now, but can we finish a little higher? Will Rue upset me on this one? No, he will not. I think we've got 2nd. Oh, or 3rd. 3rd it is. Okay. 2 proper sprinters were faster. They beat me on that one. Rue nearly does enough to steal the thunder from me. I actually had plenty of red bar at the end, but acceleration-wise, I hit my max speed, and you could see that those guys were faster than me down the stretch because my sprint, even with the healthy bonus for the day, which was good, still wasn't enough. 78 sprint, still not enough to beat proper sprinters like that who have about an 80 for their sprint. 24K left to go on this one, and the breakaway is still a minute and a half away and has a large group. And the peloton is going just slow enough that riders are attacking and getting away from the group here. But also we're just fast enough that one little crash opens up a gap and you see groups, splitting up. And so as we've only pulled back 10 seconds, it's getting worrying with 20K to go that we are going to have to put the foot down a little bit early on this one to have a chance at the win. I do think that is going to be necessary. I'm going to wait about 4 more K to see where we're at, though, and kind of go from there, because we are not really pulling that breakaway back, or at least not in any reasonable fashion. But there's definitely some guys that are putting foot down. It's a hard catch. So let them do their work. We'll take over at a more normal time as that gets down to minute 7. Inside a minute as we round that corner. LeBear is nearly done. I think we'll kind of wait on him right now. When he's about to fade, we'll move on to Kalmajan at the front. And instead of protecting me, we'll use Kalmajan to start the push, start the attack. And again, 3 riders escaping off the front momentarily, and we're seeing more attempts at it. So let's go ahead and get on with it. LeBear, he's done. So we'll go to the back of the group. We'll get Calmejean to follow Lebert. Lebert can at least increase pace for a moment. Get Calmejean up to speed. And now Calmejean will go. And with 12k, he's going to have to push pretty hard for a long time here. We'll start it at 97. So that already negates the guys that were just starting to attack, though. Maybe not entirely. I think there's still 3 guys here trying to attack. 10k to go. With the technical run-in, it's hard to catch. But there's our first glimpse of those breakaway guys as we are getting closer. 9k to go. Calmejean looks like he'll give us about 1 more kilometer here. Slight downhill extends that a little bit.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
There you go. On to Boudet. 7k. We'll push to about a 98 now. We'll get Calmejean onto the back of this thing. And we've made contact with the group. They left 2 guys. Craw, are you still there? How well placed is the team? Oh, the team is very well placed. 99 from here, 4.5k. We are well positioned on this one. We still haven't caught 2 riders. How have we still not caught those 2 riders? They still have a 30-second advantage. You're going to have to start that sprint early. There they are. Sprinting now, 2.4. 2.1. On to Rue. 1.0. And I'm sprinting. I still have not caught the front 2. There's the front 2 as we come around the final corner. Wow, what a race. And we come away with the win. Top 3 was the objective. That was a lot of the same riders that we just had from the last one. Redaloo takes 5th this time, where he beat us last time. He was 2nd, I believe, the last time. Penhote was ahead of him. Bawani was here again. Like I said, a lot of the same sprinters back at this race, but this time, that little undulation, that little under the bridge, and then coming back up that other side, that slight little hill, it's making a big difference for me. At our big push there in those final kilometers, we were able to get out front, get clear, and then just squeeze our way past those breakaway 2, which, you know, are total unknowns. An Israeli and Chinese rider. No idea who those guys are. They were just survivors from the break who so very nearly claimed the win. But we get the win on this one, our 11th of the year. Claiming that win was one thing. Going in and getting wins at low-level races where the field is getting weaker and weaker race by race becomes less important. This next race, low-level, and Bouani was about the only proper sprinter around, so opted for the quick sim. We claim the win, our 12th of the year. I don't get any XP for it, but you know what? That's okay. We didn't come here to win these nothing races. Came for the big ones. So that's what we're going to focus on. This way we're going to start pushing forward a little bit sooner towards the end of the season. Despite a profile that suits us, we've not been selected for the World Championships or the time trial for that matter. So we are now, that ship has sailed and we're going to continue pushing forward. Dainese has won the World Championships this year, though. That's a big one for the Italian. Clearly a career-defining achievement. Redaloo, who we've been racing with and beating once here recently, gets 3rd. So interesting profile, interesting result on that one. I could be wrong. A couple years ago I tested this and found that things are generally neutral. In my career mode save, things are generally neutral. Here, in this one, I've had a lot of negative draws. A lot. Today is one of those exceptions, though. One of those exceptions to the rule. In fact, yesterday was one of those as well. That last race, we had a +3 instead of a +2, so we did have a positive there. But, you know, only by +1. Today's expected was a +2. So picking up a +5 overall, which is at least a +3, is definitely a good outcome. I have not had many of those. We've had a lot more +5s than we've had even +2s this season. So for that, grateful for today's condition. Not heavily favored for a race like this. I was just the last named rider in the top 10 favorites list. Team objective is just the same thing, get that top 10. I think with a +5 I should easily get that top 10. How high can I get though? I would suspect at least a top 5, but I don't think we'll necessarily compete for the win, as there's a world champion just ahead of us. There's a lot of other really good riders in this field. Minute 12 advantage. It's Perry Tour Elite, which at the time of recording anyway just happened. Yesterday? Day before? It was over the weekend anyway. And without the gravel sections being properly labeled on this one, it becomes very much a sprint race, which in real life, not normally. Though the sprinters did take it, but they barely caught the breakaway at the end on this one. It is time to speed up though as we approach the final 40K here. So as we get into this final, or technically penultimate race of this season, pending this result, the next one's not going to matter. It's Chrono Donations. We won't do that one live, and I with a 68.71 in the time trial, 68 time trial, will not contend in the Chrono Donations. That much is very clear. So this is our last chance at a win. Now, excluding what happens today, which I don't think we're going to necessarily compete for the win, that's 12 wins on the season that we've claimed. 10 of those have come in Continental or Continental Pro races. 10. So, World Tour, we've only had 2 victories. And that's going to be the big test for next season. Now, I've got another level up coming. It's not that far away. So I will have even better attributes. I'll be a better rider. I'll be more capable as the year goes on. And we're going to be on a World Tour team surrounded by guys that, are capable. And we're going to get some chances in the Classics in the coming year. That much I believe. I fully suspect we'll have more than 2 World Tour wins. But will we get back to 12 wins next year? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. 16K to go here. 1 rider left off the front, and he is in sight. He'll be caught quite soon. Peloton has been yo-yoing a lot. We've got 51 riders, and we are just about to have these guys take over control. But I've only got 4 support riders left. One of them is nearly done. All 3 of the others are fairly well beat up. It's been a hard race today, which means it's that much easier, but also that much harder. Now, 10K, now's the time to do it. I have him pull forward. Redaloo, Davizi, national champions, they are. And plenty of other Asgreen is... Oh, Ruslan's done. 9K to go. Plenty of time to get back up there, but I do not like our position at the moment. With only 3 guys left to support, it's not much. Also just 34 riders left here in the peloton. 8K. Going on. Pushing forward. And here is that limited support, but it's also a limited field, as a group does make contact momentarily with us. 5.8K. Gotta keep pushing here. But how hard can you push with only 2 guys? And escort. Working hard there. 5K. That's gel time. Up to a 96. 4K. Up to a 97. It's technical. 3K. 99. And sprint for Boudet. And Ackerman. Oh, Ackerman, where's... Come on, buddy. Ackerman just hung me out to dry big time. Bring me inside that final K. Ackerman does not get off the back of Boudet there and really left me hanging. This top 10's very much in jeopardy. We're going to just squeeze into that top 10 now. I think we had a good chance. I think we had a really good chance in this race. Certainly have a better position than what I got. Ninth, just beating Runevagen. Buwani, Ackerman gets 12th. But, I mean, look at all those sprinters. Walscheid, Watson, Van Aert, Miss, the group Vanderpool. Number one guy this year, or number two guy this year in the standings. And look at all that energy we had left. But Ackerman, that was not the lead out we needed. So we do finish the year on 12 wins. Let's go ahead and get to the final tallies as we'll finish up one more week and see where we're at. I am a little worried that our win total is going to drop off a bit next year as we're going to be competing solely in World Tour races next season. No more Continental Pro races the rest of the way. This is the last one you're going to see in this series. Except for maybe Strada Bianchi. Should be a monument. No, that is World Tour now. So, yeah, this is it. Biggest moves of the year involved Alpecin Fenix. Pogacar, they have picked up from UAE, but they've lost Vanderpool to Movistar. Movistar, of all places. You would not think Vanderpool would ever end up there. But Ghana is also leaving Ineos for Jumbo-Visma. Van Aert is moving to Movistar as well. So Vanderpool and Van Aert together on the Spanish giant. I mean, that is shocking. Evenepoel is replacing Pogacar at UAE. Martinez is also going there, though, so two guys to replace one. And you can see just how far we have climbed, that we actually make the list as we head to Bora Hansgrohe. Only one change to the World Tour list of teams, that's Uno X going up and AG2R going down. Total Energies also dropping off a bit from where we were a season ago as one of the top 3 or 4 Continental Pro teams, falling off to mid-tier without us. So they apparently did not really replace us very well. Pogacar, 1,000 points clear as the best rider in the World Tour this season. Dainese, third best. He had a really good year. Vacalin, doing really good. And we finished 21st, still on that 9.99 as we had 0 additional World Tour races down the stretch. But we did have some Continental races. We did accumulate a bunch of additional points, another 400. But it still was not enough to overtake Radaloo. So we end up second. So we actually fell down a spot. But in the Super Prestige, Radaloo is down to 16th. Johannesson, so those two, the other top Continental Pro guys, we way up the order in 7th is the final standings. Top 5 well clear of it. Everybody else. Bernal picked up some really solid points down the stretch. Carapaz as well. And that was where we were overtaken from. But we do finish ahead of the likes of Roglic and Van Aert, Moss, Martinez, all behind us in the standings. Dainese, number 1. Number 1 rider in the world this year. 3,339 Super Prestige. For us, a very modest half that total of 1681, but that is still a very, very solid result coming from a Continental Pro level. Next year, World Tour might be more, might be less. I do think our win total is going to drop off. I do not think we're going to reach 10. I certainly don't think we're going to reach the 12 that we've had this year. I don't think we're going to reach 10. I think it might be a bit less, but I do hope to get 6 to 8 wins, all World Tour wins. Maybe even we get 1 or 2 Continental Pro ones through that quick sim, so maybe we do get back to about 10 overall, but I do feel we're going to drop off somewhat. However, I think we'll be top 5. I do think we will get high enough to do that. We'll see if that's actually the case or not. We've got a whole season ahead of us to find out. Grand total on those wins, that 12, is good enough for a top 5. That is going to do it for this episode and this season. We move on to the new team. November, December will not be enough points to get us to level up. January is going to get us close. So early next season, we're going to see our first level up for attributes in a little while here. reaching into that next level. And for now, we are working on our expertise, not on balancing. I've been wanting that climbing so bad for so long. I've been wanting that punchiness for so bad for so long, and neither has done us any favors, even though we're nowhere near the maximums on either of those. Therefore, we're going to take what we get. So if we get a cobble +2, or if we get a sprint +2, we'll take them. Those are our strengths. We'll do it. If we do get punchiness +2, though, sounds good. That'll give us a much better shot at getting more than just maybe one monument next season. I'm a Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.